Hello everybody and happy Wednesday. First things first, let's take care of this bracket. First up this week we have clear tacks versus static electricity. I'm not sure if I have really dry skin or if there's just some weird electrical frequency running through my body, but I feel like I am statically charged much more than the average person. Additionally, I guess I could just buy colored tacks and solve that whole problem, so static it is. Next up is sandpaper versus tangles. I'm kinda surprised by the run sandpaper has made in this bracket, but I think the clock has struck midnight on this Cinderella because like I said last week, tangles make me cry. And they'll move on. And now we have wind versus paper cuts. I think paper cuts are universally hated. Obviously that's because they're ridiculously painful for an injury caused by such an otherwise harmless object. But I bet they hurt even worse if a cut gets hit with a gust of wind. Wind wins again. The last matchup this week is between fryer oil and the number 5. As the burn on my arm heals, so too do the hurt feelings at the root of my hatred for fryer oil, and I have begun to forgive it. I cannot say the same for the number 5. 5 moves on to the final 4. So I kind of feel like I owe you guys an apology. As you know, I did not post a video last week, and I feel really bad about that because both of you guys had really good videos, and I feel like it would have been really cool if I could have contributed and responded in some way to that. But I didn't, and what's worse, I don't even have an excuse. All I have to offer you is this apology and a buttload of video responses from the time I missed. So here we go. Hannah, technically all I told you was that my video would be posted sometime in the future, which turned out to be true. But nonetheless, here's the $2. Bye-bye, money. I miss it already. No, I have not been sneaking rubies into your boxes. That seems more like a Matt kind of thing to do. I only say that because I feel like there's gotta be some kind of correlation between ruby sneaking and poop collecting. Your bracket has been fantastic so far, and there's a couple quotes that have stood out to me. For example, I don't know how I can stare at your crotch more. Not enough hours in the day. I don't remember that at all, but it seems like something I would say, and I almost certainly would have said it to Matt. Also, the Bigfoot insurance one, I don't totally remember the context of it, but I'm guessing it has something to do with Isaac's Jake from State Farm costume, and the fact that he loves Bigfoot. I actually know where that card you found in your box came from because it came from our house. We have like 1,000 of them. I'm not sure why you have that one, though. And if you're referring to this hole in our wall... Yes, it was caused by the Koosh Olympics. We're not too worried about it, though. Mostly because since that party, the Koosh Olympics has also created this hole. Katie. And also Lacey. Sorry about that text conversation. I was not trying to make you panic. Although it is possible that I was subconsciously trying to make you feel bad about leaving for so long. Can I just right now claim no responsibility for anything my subconscious does from now on? Is that allowed? You know what that was? That was my excited face because Katie's coming home! Unfortunately, you really couldn't have picked a worse day to schedule for us all to hang out. I am absolutely slammed on April 26th. I'm already gonna be busy all day. Here, just look at all the stuff I have scheduled on my calendar. But because this is such a special circumstance, I guess I can tweak my schedule a little bit. Here, how's this schedule look? That homeless person you had in your last video seemed pretty cool. She also looked a lot like Lacey. Oh wait, that was Lacey. It all makes sense now. I love that we still take the time to really connect to our fans and include them in our videos like that. I guess all this vlog fame hasn't gone to our heads yet. Lacey, you were right about the glitter. It was in the bracket. It suffered a close first round loss to sandpaper. So I hadn't thought about the possible confusion between the Koosh Olympics and marijuana at all. Although I totally should have. But to be fair, the term for marijuana is actually pronounced and spelled Kush, not Koosh. Anyway, because you're all so worked up about this, I'll give you an explanation of the Koosh Olympics. Side note, maybe I should work in advertising because I did a really good job of hyping this up. So I do still want to have a whole video about this, so I'm gonna make it quick. The Koosh Olympics are a series of sporting events all using a Koosh ball played in a random yet structured order every Friday night. The events are rings, fence, stack, battle table, horse, 7-Up, hockey, Tahoe table, and the granddaddy of them all, swordkoosh. Players' performance in each of these events earns them beans, and whoever has the most beans at the end of the night wins. Hopefully I'll have some video illustration of this soon. So your Taylor Swift bracket reminded me of something. In class the other day, my professor was telling us that he used to have a student who had dated Taylor Swift, and that he, of course, had a song written about him. But when we all asked him who this student was, he said he didn't remember the kid's name. He claimed, though, that it was the last ex-boyfriend of Taylor Swift's who wasn't famous. So I don't know if any of that's true, but I feel like it'd be a weird thing to lie about. I would also just like to say to Lacey, I think we're all pretty big Taylor Swift connoisseurs at this point, whether we want to be or not. I can't really tell if this video is going to end up being really long or really short, but that's everything I had on my list to talk about. I guess the only thing that's left to do is live.